Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. I got a lot to discuss with you in little time, all right? You see, Zoe asked me to be here from 7 to whatever, right? So I don't have StreamYards, but I want to share with you something that's very important to me, okay? So Chloe's like, "Oh, are you on YouTube right?" It took 4 tries, okay? Let me just show you what's going on with YouTube, okay? Because first we're going to be talking about this part so I can get on to the other issues, okay? Now, I love Zoe very much. I also got some emails to go over with you guys. It's kind of funny, So today's kind of Poke the Honey Badger Day too at the same time. So I want to share with you a couple informations, okay? So I went to this website, right? Is YouTube down, right? Let me just show you. Currently, 22% of their website is down. 25% is the apps down, and 52% is video streaming. Yeah, so So if you go and read all these things, right? These people complain. Yeah. So basically, so so you got these guys, right? They're always complaining. And you're like right here, right? As of currently, right there has been, the more reports go in, these are just average reports, right? But if you look at the last 24 hours, it's spiking with most problems with video uploading and live streams. And this is because of the Ukraine war, as well as, as I said to you, yesterday, it took me 6 times. Today, it took me 4 times to get it set up, okay? 4 times. So you guys are sitting there and you're like, 4 times. Wow, 4 times, right? Well, let's just get down to it, right? So 4 times to get live up and running. 4 times. Yeah. And the love of my life, Zoe, right? She, when Zoe gets here, I will explain a couple things. But right now, let's just go on with details, okay? So I'm live 4 times. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on while we're waiting. It is called censorship. Yeah, I know Zoe. If Zoe was here, she'd be like, censorship? Yes, it's basically censorship. They're censoring me. Everything they do, there's a cross-dresser wearing a dress. Got a lot of people liking the current photo. Apparently, my mother Danielle, and then So basically, one of the things I don't mind cross-dressers, they're basically, at least they admit themselves, okay? And we're not going to talk about the transgender community, okay? I'm here to tell you that we got a crisis brewing. That's right, a crisis brewing. Yeah. So I haven't even checked the temperatures today. I got a robe if I need to wear a robe for warmth, okay? So I'm going to use the bathroom in a second, but I want to tell you, we got a lot of censorship coming up. They're basically censoring everything from the word car bomb to nuclear war to nuclear bomb to dirty bomb to, they're literally basically algorithms cutting it all out. So when I basically watch it, I basically give an example, say an hour, and then someone watches it and then emails me and says, "Hey, Rita Boss, your videos were cut out on these parts." Yeah, because they don't want people talking about it. That's it. They will destroy a person's ability to, run things. I mean, literally, that's the whole point of it, right? Yeah. So you wake up in the morning, and you wait for, Zoe. I had to, and then I should have basically tried earlier. Chloe was, I don't know. Chloe's like, oh, you should have got on earlier, and something of the effect of, just get things moving, because 4 times to log into live. I mean, what is it? There's a problem with the live servers now or whatever. I mean, think about it. I mean, so, and then on top of this, I've looked for, um, The tagging. I haven't found the new tagging. I hope Fanny one day will explain to me the tagging thing because, frankly, my husband used to do all the tagging, and that since then, our videos went down the toilet. I think. When they changed everything over, they made it so it was easier to look for by subject or type, or in the algorithm. You like videos, and you see more videos. You don't like videos. I usually watch videos that I watch certain people, and I basically hit I don't like this. And you know what? The algorithm's full of crap. I'll tell you, the algorithm is full of garbage. Now you can sit there and say, well, how is the algorithm full of garbage, Rita? Well, let me explain it. The algorithm is pretty garbage because, frankly, the algorithm, you can basically hit all the dislike buttons you want of videos that you watched, right? It'll basically still go to your damn YouTube feed saying, oh, you've watched this guy in the past. Do you want to watch it again? What we're having problems with is a lot of problems, you know. Oh, and for some of you preppers out there, I had to put in. See, problem is they're trying to take away they're trying to censor you on the words prepping, I think. Because when I put in everything I put in for news, they're trying to prep news or whatever. So I want to share that with you. Give me a second, would you guys? So while we're doing this, always cleaning at till 8. So basically, for you preppers out there just tuning in, you know, we got Christmas prepping. You talk about regular prepping. You know, will we have Christmas? I don't know. The problem is we are literally panicked. Yeah, we are literally starting to panic. A lot of people turn around, you know. So Higgins emailed me, right? I want to go over the news for the Higgins today, okay? I thought it was quite funny today, okay? Let me tell you what happened with Higgins, okay? So Higgins emails me, right? And I'm sleeping, you know. At least he didn't sit there and say, give me, you know, Higgins. He didn't say something like, give me, um, yeah, wakey, or poke the bear while I'm sleeping, right? So he basically turns around and emails me, right? And he's talking about the doctor. And I'm going to go over the doctor's thing first, and then I want to go over the emails, right? So I was on the phone to him, right? And he's talking about, this was several months ago, and he's talking about pulmonary, right? And I'm playing a game, and he's half out of it. And I said to Higgins, you know, Higgins will be like, don't tell stories, really. This is my story because I remember clearly. You can't tell me I didn't remember clearly. I told him. I said, when you go to a pulmonary specialist after you have heart problems, right? Hubby had heart problems, but they said there was nothing wrong with him. So technically, I will vouch for half of the story, you know, for hubby because they claimed that there was nothing wrong with him, that he had asthma, right? But he truly had heart disease. So if Higgins is having a lot of physical problems, it could be heart related, and they're not just digging it up because, you know, the problem is they don't want to dig up someone with Medicaid. So Higgins was complaining today. I feel sorry for Higgins for once. By the way, here's my email address for some of you out there who want to email me directly. You can also send a gift card if you wish. No pressure. But Higgins turns around, right? And he goes to the doctor's appointment, right? And he says, oh, I went there and the doctor said, oh, yes, you have asthma. And I told Higgins, if you got asthma, they're going to mark it as asthma. They're not going to sit there and say your diesel fume injuries caused by asthma and you should get more money. You know, the government's going to weasel their way out of it. That's the way the government is. But good luck for Higgins. Good luck, old buddy, is what I said, right? So Higgins turns around and says he goes there. Drives 150 miles round trip. I don't know if he used his mom's car or his car, but whatever it is, he had to spend a lot of money in gas, right? So he went to the doctors. And then he got a nebulizer. That's what they give you. They don't just sit there and say, oh, yes, we're going to do all these tests. We're going to prove you have a diesel fume injury. Nope. They're just like, here's a prescription for a nebulizer. And if that doesn't work, come back. I'll give you a CPAPs machine and a few other crappy little devices. Hey, Zoe. So then Higgins emails me and says, I don't remember you saying this. My husband was in the same boat, so I know these things. Why do you think Zoe likes my stories? My husband came home and then I said, what, I wasn't with him because at the time he was having problems, so he had Moppy. Moppy was with me for once. Moppy was with Mama. So he comes home and says, the doctor gave me a prescription for a nebulizer. And I said, honey, how does that affect us? He said, it affects us, yeah. Good morning, Zoe, or good evening. I hope you're doing fine. I haven't taken dinner yet or anything. I had mac and cheese and hot dogs last night. I gave a little bowl of cheese to Moppy. It just looks so cute, So then Higgins emails me, right? Higgins is upsetting me, okay? Well, now, there's two people out there on YouTube, Piper and Zoe, right? Zoe and Piper know that I'm very, very happy and proud of them, and great. They're great friends, and I'm thankful. That's the word. I'm thankful for they gave me gift cards, right? Well, Higgins had to sit there and send me this email, so I'm going to basically read you the entire email. Kind of disturbed Chloe this morning. Chloe was like, "You need to tell this to Zoe." Well, it says, no matter if someone gives you a gift card through the channel or not, that should not make you feel obligated to be online all the time for them. I'm sorry, but someone gives me a gift card, it's my duty and honor to be there for them. And if they have any specific topics they want me to talk about, I will. And that's the point. The point is, I'm at their beck and call. Piper's not been around much, but I am at Zoe's beck and call. Just say thank you very much and you really appreciate it, but don't feel obligated to stay or come online just because someone sent you a gift card. That's not fair to you. You are worth it. Really? I helped someone get on SSI, right, Zoe? Where did that lead me? At least a simple thank you with a gift card would have been nice. See, I have to poke the honey badger. Poke, poke, poke. Saw the libs retracted their backdated letter. I haven't seen anything on the news this morning worthwhile to talk about. That's the problem, Zoe. Problem is I literally don't care. I mean, literally, let me explain to you all. I got some thoughts I want to share with you. First of all, Zoe, it happened again. Now you're wondering what happened again. YouTube is trying to restrict me from using YouTube Live. Well, yeah, basically it took me 4 times to log in. I checked YouTube's website. There's a website you could check to see if things are down. 52% of people that's reported it have lost the ability to do live right now because YouTube is trying to contain things and censor stuff. Yeah. Higgins Badgers 4 hours, no reward. Higgins Badgers 4 hours, no reward. So he has 0 room. Yeah, I mean, literally. Look what I did. I helped him get on disability. I comforted him while, did I ever tell you the story about Higgins? I think you'd find this to be remarkable. Guys, click that like button, smash that subscribe button, and also, this is a read a story now. And for all of you, including Zoe, okay, you're going to love this because I help people get on disability because I know a lot, right? So Zoe wanted to get on disability. I'd help her. She's just too cute, beautiful. Of course, I love that hat she's wearing. It reminds me of my pen pal and her. Okay, so here's the story. So I turned around and I told Higgins, first of all, work on SSI while in parallel, work on SSDI. If you're denied DI, you'll get SSI. Higgins thinks because he applied 9 years later, his credits ran out at 5 years, that he's entitled because of his diesel fume injury, right? Well, he's getting SSI. He can't work. The state says he can't work. The federal government says he can't work, so he's getting SSI, right? So to poke the badger today, let me just tell you, okay? So I get him on disability, right? I help him out, Higgins, of course, is so worried that his money is so less because of his unemployment, right? Or not unemployment, SSI retro checks so small that he's got to hoard everything. So instead, he's basically going against the Social Security Administration, more likely, and taking everything out in cash so they don't know he's paying cash to pay his property taxes, right? Something like that. It's none of my business how he's doing, okay? But the federal government's going to finally catch on eventually, right? Here's the kicker, okay? He goes to the clinic today, and they said, oh, you have asthma. He didn't get anywhere about diesel fume injury, right? So then I tell him to go to F the bed. He's complaining he's tired, right, today in the email. So I turned around, and he sends me an email. The definition of pissing off, and what he emails me a picture, right? You guys are going to laugh at this. He emails me a picture. I had to Google the subject that Zoe and you keep talking about. Didn't say in that term, but he's like, well, I've never intended to do that. I feel I'm just misunderstood, right? Misunderstood's his email. Poking the bear, Urban Dictionary. Poking the bear is an express extreme annoyance and irritation by someone deliberately trying to piss you off. You, poking the bear, don't piss me off. Don't poke the bear is a phrase of warning used to prevent oneself or others from asking or doing something that might provoke a negative response from someone or someone else. So he emails me and he says, well, I never intended to do that. I feel I'm just misunderstood. Well, I guess me and Zoe's can discuss that one. So he turns around, right? And because I got him on disability, I comforted him. I said, look, you're on SSI. You're going to get SSI before DI, right? He was denied SSDI, right? Disability. What's he do? This is part of the story I meant to say. He goes to a lawyer, signs a $6,000 retro back paycheck, right, for the lawyer to get him on DI, right? If he can. He's on SSI right now. He's appealing it, right? He's got 5 years till retirement. My opinion is this. He may have paid into Social Security disability and he's entitled to that money, but since he let the credits expire, they don't think he's entitled. So you get SSI. Fortunately, the problem is I told him not to go for the lawyer. He was so in a panic and paranoid. If I told Zoe, don't go to the lawyer yet, you're going to get approved for SSI, then we'll make the next move. Zoe would say, okay, sweetheart, I trust you. I told Higgins this over the phone. What's he doing the next day? He goes to the freaking lawyer. Gets the lawyers up. Yeah. Gets a retro check from SSI, right? I spent probably a good 100, 200 hours giving him the advice he needs, literally to get him on disability. Dad thinks some people should pony up, right? So when Zoe says he has no right to talk, guess what? Zoe likes my story, so if Zoe wants to plop down $50, $100, $500 gift cards, she can. Because you have no room to talk, Higgins, because frankly, think about what she's doing. She likes my stories, and then she can sit there and basically poke the honey badger for basically sitting there listening, and I had to comfort you every time, literally he had to comfort him on his food stamps not coming, his cash assistance on it. I told him time takes patience. I had to literally walk him through it all. His mom's losing her mind, and in the end, just jokingly, of course, I'm not asking for a dime. I'm not. The main story is I got him on it. I could have charged him a fee. Instead, I didn't. And now he sits there and he's like, I'm a mooch for asking for gift cards. And, I shouldn't be here for you guys. I'm here for the ones. I'm here for you all. But the gift cards come in handy for this economy we're in. Higgins Badger 4 hours, no rewards, so he has 0 room times. But I know you may be on the Asperger spectrum. By the time he shows up, I'll work in my masterpiece again. So glad I answered to no man. I don't answer to me either, honey. Think about it. Do you think I answer anyone, my princess? My duchess, my future wifey? Do you really think I answered anyone? No. Chloe thinks I answer to you, but I don't answer to you. I mean, think of it. You and I are friends. Well, we could, if I win the Mega Millions, Zoe's mine anyways. Everyone knows Zoe's mine. So you guys get your own Zoe. But the truth is, I can talk to Zoe as like a married type of person and say, look, I'd go online, hun, but what's the topic? First topic today is censorship. Think of it again. First topic of the day, censorship. I'm basically being held up, stonewalled, and can't do anything. By the way, I watched Cleopatra last night on HBO Max, and I got to tell you, great movie. I forgot all that. Chloe's like, what's this movie? Oh, this looks kind of... And I watched Troy with Brad Pitt. Yeah. So he is annoying. I mean, literally. How would you feel, honey, if you saw an email, right, saying that I don't answer, I should take the gift card and run? Yeah, well, what do you think of what I just said, honey? I shouldn't even be here. I mean, look, this morning, right? This morning, and I have another topic I would like to talk to you all about, okay? So I was talking to Zoe today, right? Not Zoe, sorry, Chloe. So I get you two mixed up. I should nickname Zoe Phoebe so I could just remember Phoebe and Chloe, but you know what? Zoe's cool. Talking to Chloe this morning, Chloe as in roommate. I should just say I was talking to the roommate this morning. That makes it easier. And I'm having my coffee. By the way, the coffee was terrible this morning. You try to drink 2-year-old coffee. I stomached through it, okay? Anyway, she makes my coffee and she's being polite today. She's not having any political problems. Apparently, I put that to bed, to rest, to bed. All right. So I'm sitting minding my own business, right? And I'm going through the news this morning, and I said, "Oh, Zoe messaged me." She says, "Oh, what does she want?" Because Zoe's she's all the only thing she got upset. Zoe and her got upset. Do loggerheads with the email, the reading thing. You know what Chloe said? Oh, she's not interested. Blah blah blah. But Chloe looked at me and she said, "What did she say?" Well, she could be on from this time to this time, you know. But I had like 18 messages from Zoe. I'm sleeping. I mean, I was literally sleeping, recuperating from all the time that I'm doing these videos for you. I mean, I'm always up managing the videos, right? So I'm doing offline videos to make sure you guys, offline videos where you guys get the updates fast. I mean, I'm up in the wee hours in the morning giving you updates because, you know, it could be like 2 o'clock in Ukraine by the time, you know. So I'm up at nights because nights are better for me because that'll tell us when and if something happens. I mean, literally, you think the government's really going to tell us supposedly that Russia is going to be moving nuclear weapons around? They're not going to say a damn thing till the damage is done. So this is why I come on here to prep you guys, because it could be the middle of the night one, you know. And I want you guys to be heads up. I mean, think of it. They're talking about a dirty bomb instead of car bomb goes off. I mean, that could be the pretext for a nuclear war. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but here's the topic I want to talk about. A lot of people say my videos suck, right? A lot of people say my videos are too long, right? Right? So what did I do? I cut it down last night, 7 minutes. And well, let's look over the numbers for a second because I think you guys are going to find this to be the funniest thing in the world, okay? I want to talk about my numbers, okay? So when I do a live video, it's usually between 30 and 120 videos total, right? For a live. So basically, unless, you get, more context, right? More whatever, right? So I went in, right, to do an experiment last night, right? So Chloe says to me, the shorter the video, the more likely people will watch them. I tried looking for tagging, right? There's no tags anymore, so that's why I was hoping Fanny would come in one of these days. Last night we all got irritated with each other because the whole, we're not going to even go there. My policy is no politics. If I bring it up, it's my channel, so, but no politics, okay? So I went into my content, right? Well, let me give you the numbers for offline videos to online, right? 2-minute video. People say a 2-minute video, most people will watch. You know what I'm getting? Email saying even a 2-minute video is not worth their time because I'm too ugly. I'm ugly, and they want a post-operative beautiful tranny with huge tits going, oh yeah, today we're gonna all die because, I mean, literally, what is with these people? So my main videos, my offline videos I upload like this morning, 8, 11, 23, 15, 10. My dog video that's short gets more video time than anything in the world, right? But how about my live videos, huh? My live videos. Last night's video, 49, 39, 32, 56. I've seen it go all the way up to maximum drive, right? This right now, it's like 12 views, right? So 12 views. So if we got 12 views for today, right? Now, I'm not trying to talk about numbers, but, Chloe was basically saying, something's not right, the YouTube algorithm. They turn around and literally hear people say the shorter the better. Higgins said, oh, the shorter the better, right? The experiment's out there. I mean, literally, I went ahead and did an experiment for you guys, right? This is my channel, my topics. I thought Zoe would be interested in hearing this topic. I clicked dislike on a lot of preppers' videos, right? My YouTube feed shows all those videos saying, oh, you watch these, you like these, right? I didn't like them, I disliked them. And they're still recommending them, see? So, YouTube is completely and thoroughly broken, in my opinion. I will continue not to read his comments. I try to avoid his comments. No time for being annoyed with my busy schedule. Chloe, okay. You will go to the coffee time. Maybe just do not stay on for hours. Just 2 hour or 2 each. Well, I'm doing it in your time frame if I'm up. That's why I'm doing it, But Higgins thinks I'm catering to the most gorgeous Zoe. Well, maybe I am, but you know what? I'd rather be on during Zoe's break times than any other time because, frankly, I'll tell you what. In my heart, it gives me much time to do anything else. I need my robe because it's kind of getting nippy now. For once, it's actually cold, and I'm going to have to wear pants. People are complaining also on my video. I'm wearing the same damn outfit and not changing, and they keep wondering if the APS should be coming to my door. Sorry, people, but I don't want APS on my door. They also think Chloe's a lazy schlub, which it is. Chloe had all day to clean. That's the thing. I'm not going to complain about it because she's actually cleaning her room. She wants her refrigerator in there and her microwave. Apparently, I offered her for Christmas. She wants to basically get this place clean, then she wants to leave me alone. She's actually kind of getting scared about what's coming down the pipe. So, can you believe that 2 minute, 28-minute video didn't even top 1,000 watches? Yeah, and everyone says the shorter, the better. So, my experiment is proven. YouTube's broken. Heard from Tony, or is he still mourning the loss of his investment? I don't know. Tony posted the other day in a comment. I don't think I shared the comments with you. I should tell you what the comment was because, Tony's really awesome. You made a comment this morning. It was 2 minute, on my 2-minute video. Really appreciate you actually watching your, I don't even want to hear this, 9-minute video. Do not recommend channel. I don't want to see this crap, you see. So apparently this guy, I saw that video and I just can't, unless I have concrete proof, But anyways, the comments, right. So Tony basically posted something yesterday, I think it was, sweetheart. It said, I'm gonna put this up as a heart and a thumbs up to you because I really love that. Thanks for sharing, Rita. Well, yeah, I think Tony did that. Tony says yesterday, I love your channel. Fuck the people that don't like it. Go and watch something else. You're not wanted here anyway. Long live Queen Rita. So Tony is saying, if you don't like my channel, get the fuck off. That's what he said. Pretty much. Yeah. So he's getting tired of these things, you know. He's getting tired of seeing his queen, right? Jokingly, you know, his queen. Basically saying, look, I've done the experiments. I've done the numbers. You don't think I'm just sitting here basically making up crap. No, I literally did the experiments and it came back, you know, iffy. I mean, you know, there's people out there that basically sell shit in a box and get away with it. Whereas I basically tell the truth. It seems, no offense to Zoe, I love Zoe dearly, but God's prophets, they tell the truth. Everyone wants to go to the other side, Satan's lies, apparently. So let's continue, okay? So then Tony says, he typed fast. I think he had too much vodka, so we're gonna make fun of that part. But love Tony no matter what, you know. And he says, there basically it's like there's nothing wrong. He was trying to say nothing wrong and said it was Nowte, Nowte, nothing wrong. I'm just gonna assume it's nothing. Nothing wrong with night gowning. Lol. You need time to yourself. God bless you, Rita. Fucking elections. We have a new backstabbing PM now, and should have had Boris back. Well, I'd like to ask Tony sometime, since he'll probably watch this tomorrow morning. He'll probably leave a comment, I hope. What's the difference between the wealthy billionaire prime minister and the Boris? I mean, I heard everyone in England say Boris was a moron or something, you know. And then he writes, you know, thanks for your thoughts, both you and Zoe. Basically, in England, you have a mortgage. I already explained this, but I'll say it again. You have a mortgage for 25 years. I've been paying 20 years. My house isn't even worth the 5 years that I got left. Apparently, the cracks are subsidence and is worth nothing, really. So my life so far has meant nothing. I'm finding it a bit hard to go on at the moment. Thanks for your thoughts. I really appreciate it, both you, Rita and Zoe. So basically, you know, and then he says here, great vid, Rita, watching what I can, but I'm drinking like a fish. I got to pull myself out of this, but barely been sober for the last week. I will explain when I get things cleared in my head. Thanks for your comments and thoughts of me. I appreciate it. Well, me and Zoe love you as a extended family member, Tony. And let me tell you, it's kind of sad when they basically shit on you, you know. I mean, literally, what's the world coming to, you know? I mean, literally, it's like you bought a house and maybe it had cracks, maybe it didn't, you know, right after you bought it, you know, you said it was 20 years ago, and now it ain't worth nothing, you know. So there you go. So, you know, so tonight I got to do a poll probably a little later about what to have for dinner, because frankly, I don't know. Heard from the annoying too ugly, they may have ugly hearts. Yeah, I mean, I have a golden heart pretty much. I mean, I was looking over Christmas, you know, presents this morning. While I was waiting for the time slot to come in for Zoe, you know, I filled Zoe's time slot because I love Zoe. You know, Higgins, he's just like, oh, you know, you can't just, you know what? I'm not here to mooch gift cards. I'm here to give you the news. And literally right now, the news, and I can literally clearly say the news is fucking dead. I mean, literally, I can go to my worthy news channels, right? Let's see, there's nothing. Zero news. No, oh, my adopted transgendered mom, who's beautiful like me, literally posted, oh, there was another, oh, yeah, so let me just like this, because my friend Mel posted. She's got, you know, thank you, honey. Yeah, see, I just said it. What a beautiful mommy, you know. She said, thank you, honey. You see, she's older than me. She's older than Zoe, but we've been knowing each other for like almost 20 years. So, she's a prepper too, by the way, but she keeps it quiet because she's from Canada, you know. Your looks is not what we want. Yes, I know, my love. You watch because of my knowledge and my wisdom, it seems, you know. You know, but Higgins, you know, yeah. Oh, by the way, I got to share with you one of Higgins' emails that was pretty damn funny today, right? So Higgins basically posts, the new pulmonary doctor today diagnosed me with asthma, which I already knew I had since 2013. Okay, cool. They prescribed me with a script, a nebulizer machine. Leaves me wondering why no previous pulmonary doctors from a hick town capital city ever suggested this for my shortness of breath. Traffic is not too bad, which was good. Did see a lot of dead deer along the highway. Time for a better cheddar. The next email was, I think the next one was more funnier than this one, which was, I said the same thing over the telephone, but you didn't listen. Higgins said, you said nebulizer. I did. I told you Higgins a story about my husband. He went to a pulmonary. They gave him a nebulizer. They also gave one to my mother, which was a big nebulizer and a CPAPs machine and air tanks. And they even mounted air tanks on her electric wheelchair, which my uncle stole. So if you said it, I guess that proves I'm bad at hearing things. I'm deaf and dumber in a theater near you. Rated R for language. Why you not write me a script then? You could have saved me a trip across the state, lol. Not easy to get it without seeing a doctor with a scratch pad. You can buy a nebulizer on over the counter. It's the medication that needs a script because it takes they give you a box of like 500 at a time, and you just cut it open and they say, oh, use it 6 times a day, and you just sit there. It's not like a puffer. It's actually sit there and you hold it in your mouth for 15 minutes. So yes, I know about nebulizers better than most people. So I'm not stupid, blind, dumb, or So, people have catered to beauty since the dawn of time. He has no control. Yeah, well, let me put it this way. A lot of people want to worship the pretty, beautiful, gorgeous trannies, and, these are what we call the tranny chasers. They're the ones, Zoe, that run around and say, oh, look at me. I'm running the tranny chasers. That's the truth, Fortunately, Tony Rocks leaves the best comments. Some I said hi again. This winter is going to suck. I doubt very much you will lose any of your loyal followers. No, I'm not going to lose any of my loyal followers. I did lose Pee Wee because she thinks I'm a leftist. I'm a neutralist, but you know what? I have my own reasons for what I'm voting. Which, by the way, I got to fill out some paperwork, drop my ballot off on payday. I'm also going to fill out some paperwork, have Chloe drop it in the box soon. I agree. He shouldn't be spiraling, Remember what I said, Zoe. You may drink recreationally and enjoy yourself with the company of others, but you don't drink excessively like my mom, or drink excessively because you have too many problems. I've seen a lot of people drink every day, and it's like, why you drink every day, Hope this week is better for our friend Tony. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, he's basically staying in the shadows because he's blaming himself. He thinks he's pushing people away, and he ain't. Thing is, a lot of people are leaving because of me. They're like, oh, But the thing is I don't talk like a normal person. That's the thing. I talk about the real facts, like the algorithm of YouTube. I mean, how YouTube's broken. How there is no damn news. I mean, I can go through my news feed right now. I have a program that I keep open all the time, even when I'm not videoing, and I'm watching things, and so, I mean, literally, if you look at the news, literally, what's the news, right? I'm not looking at the news much. I even have a news, right, where it talks about the Dow Jones. It went up 337 points today. So technically it's not bad. So it's balancing itself out. People like Higgins is like, oh, we're going to have a bank crash. No, we're not. This is why we don't need to worry about a bank crash right now in prepping tools. We need to worry about, I'm going to put some pants on. Sorry to say, but that's fucking cold, man. It's like 47 in here. Usually it stays warm, but we've had rain the last 2 days. So that means the air is cooling down, which means if I don't wear pants with my nightgown, it's going to get colder. So, and I need to get this place tidied up. Chloe knows it, so we can get prepared for our winter prepping for staying warm. That's something I want to talk to you guys about. If you haven't had the time, take some time, clean your apartment up, or house. If you have baseboard heat, get everything cleaned around the baseboard heat so you can actually turn it on. Manager says, oh, These turn on automatically after a certain temperature. No, they don't, because I got the fucking circuit breaker turned off. I remember the managers yelling at me, and I said, why should I worry? Well, you need this. I said, no, I don't. I said, why? I talked to the owner of the management company. I said, dude, you should know me by now. How long have I been with your management company? Years, he said. I said, what did I tell your son a long time ago? And he told you this. He told me there was a trans woman that defies all logic by turning off the heaters by the circuit breaker. He goes and opens the door, circuit breaker's on. I said, that's me, dude. So, until it gets too damn cold, I don't turn on the heat at all. I leave it completely off till it's basically almost freezing in here before I turn it on. That saves me a lot of money on the electric bill. A lot of people say, oh, I'm punishing myself, but I'm not, But, what you guys as a preppers don't want to hear about Kanye West losing everything because he's anti-Semitic. I mean, come on. No one gives a crap about it, So technically, no one wants to hear about the duking out between the governors trying to fight and Congress and stuff. No one cares about that. What they care about is what's going to happen to the future. And that's where I come in. I'm not going to basically make a video, right? A video where I'm talking about, hold on a sec. There we go. I'm going to get that so you guys don't basically point that out to me. The topics. I mean, there's two preppers I look at all the time, right? One prepper might have been right. He had intel probably, 48 hours before it happened, So, for example, right? So I go over some of these guys' videos, right? He puts fear, but you know what? So, right here, So, this guy said one day, 21 hours ago, he says the U.S. military is going to go across the border to Ukraine. I don't buy it yet. That's why I'm watching it. Then you have another prepper who makes like 4 videos a day, right? And he makes videos, right? And I don't even pay attention to him, right? So basically, I just look at the topics, right, and see. Kept in the dark. See, kept in the dark is his latest video. I will put that down to my save to watch list later because because he's made 2 videos and he's cutting his videos down because I think I will say this as a prepper channel too, that I think he's realizing that there's nothing more that he can say topic wise, so that's good for him. But the point is unless you have, I follow. I'm not subscribed to these people. I check daily just in case. So in case there is something I missed. But you know what? I haven't missed anything because frankly, the news feeds right now, they're not talking about trains, engineers going on strike. They're not talking about banking crash. They're not talking about much. They're talking about dirty bombs right now, car bombs and stuff like that. But they're not talking about anything else. So it's me. I'm here, leaving my channel open at all times so you guys can sift through everything and say, oh, I mean, literally. And I keep telling you, prep like your life depends on it. The news is dead due to the elections. Yes, exactly. Yes, I love the ladybug hat. Reminds me of my pen pal who wears a little stuffed elephant hat like that. Tony has a reason to be depressed, actually, and that is, I don't have a favorite news source. I go through like every news source you can imagine. I go through both sides. I go through CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Newsmax, OENN, NBC, ABC, CBS, PBS. I go through them all every morning. My phone's basically logged in, and my tablet here, I call it a tablet, and I go through every news things. I comb through everything. I also have certain filters on my programs that filter out in case of banking crash, stock market crash, war, nuclear war, World War III. I mean, I want to be on top of it for you guys, the preppers. That's why I go to bed at wee hours in the morning, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning. And then Zoe messages 18 times, jokingly. She's giving me her schedule. And I'm sitting there going, like last night, I had to literally be put to bed by Jesus. Jesus and God said, no, you're going to bed. There might be a car bomb, but you got to get some sleep because of it. And you know what? I slept like 10 hours, 10 or 12 hours. I was just like, you know why? Because basically I've been putting a lot of time on YouTube giving you guys the facts. And what you do with it's your business, I may have a small following, but the thing is, at least I give the facts. And I don't fabricate the facts. I try to watch NBC and PBS, MSNBC, Fox, Reuters. Yeah, I use Reuters, Yahoo Business, New York Times. I use Bloomberg. I use a lot of things, Kenya West is not relevant news. No, Kenya West isn't, Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to tell you, Zoe. Exactly. You're completely right. Zoe's completely right. They are literally profiting off your doom and gloom. I mean, I subscribe to one guy who's nothing but doom and gloom. He's been doom and gloom for 15 years. Prepare for food shortage. Prepare for gas shortage. Prepare for this. Prepare for that for 15 years. Where's it gotten us? Nowhere. I like the guy's voice, though. That's about it. But still, it's funny as hell, But they're all profiting off of you. A lot of these preppers have their own prepper store. I don't. Why? Because I'm not here to sell you and things. I'm here to sell you on the idea that you better prep. And you better prep soon. And if you haven't prepped, you better get to it. Because it ain't going to get any easier. It's going to get worse. Into time shit will always draw for lemmings. Yep, thanks. I like the ladybug too. Newsmax too. Yes, we appreciate it. I'm glad God. I needed the rest last night because, I was basically sitting there watching Troy and other things, watching my Disney documentaries on lost tombs. That's something I'm into, archaeology. And yet I was thinking to myself, some of those people got some really good areas that they could survive a nuclear blast. They can just go into those giant pyramids, and those pyramids are 20 thick walls. Nothing's going to get through. They just seal the door up and go all the way down to the, and some of them is, you got your pyramid and then under the ground, you got more chambers. I mean, if you look at the Valley of the Kings, you can stay in there because it's all embedded in limestone. They basically hammered and chiseled out for years burial chambers for their kings, And the reason they did the Valley of the Kings is because they didn't want their stuff to be looted for the afterlife. So, learning about that stuff's pretty cool too. But, it's a hobby of mine. It's got to keep me busy while I wait for the news to come through for, I mean, literally. And by the way, like I said, do you think the U.S. government's going to really post for CNN and everything that there's nuclear war? No, they're going to keep it hidden until it's already been detonated. Then they're going to be like, oh, Ukraine did this, but why didn't you tell us? Well, because, it would cause panic. Just like the diesel thing, we're at 14 days till election. 14 days till the election. Guess what? There is nothing on the diesel shortage. Think about it. And by the way, if we use 4 million barrels of diesel a day, 4.92 million barrels of diesel. So that's like 4.1 million barrels. In New York, 2 ships delivering 100 million barrels of diesel. That gives you 6 hours of diesel nationwide. Think about it. 6 hours. I did the math for it. That's the facts. 6.5 hours of diesel. So they might have extended it to the day after the election, but they're not talking about it because of panic. Always right about that, but still, you got to think about it from your perspective. The government's sweeping it under the rug. And that's why YouTube is screwing up on the algorithms and censoring people. You put your all into your interest. I put into interest because I want you all to realize that I'm here for the facts. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. Sugarcoating it is just like saying, buy my crap because you're going to die. You're not going to die. Okay. I've said it in my other video offline. You're not going to get nuked. Okay. That was like, 8 minutes? And I don't think how many people watched it. Probably not many because they're all worried about being nuked, you know. And to me, I'm here to give you guys the absolute concrete facts. And and another thing is I think Higgins pretty much thinks I'm burning myself out doing like these long videos. The thing is, I'm not burning myself out. I'm basically saying, look, we got to look at it, on that aspect. Same goes with, like I got 18.7% increase cost of living isn't enough. 18 views. Prepping for Christmas, 26 views. 28-minute video, 30 views for Relax, Russia ain't gonna nuke us. So people don't really care about my topics or content. That's why I have a small following, because I don't have a big following, because everyone wants to believe the people that make a living off of YouTube, and then they're basically being lied to, and that's where I draw the line. You don't lie to your YouTube subscribers and say, if we get nuked, it would be the end of civilization, And yeah, one guy is doing the doom and gloom thing. He's trying to make a living as much money as possible. I won't. With me, I want to tell you all that I appreciate the alcohol you give me, the donations of alcohol, talking to Zoe. I appreciate the sheets and the pillows. I appreciate the extra canned protein. I appreciate sharing with you that I have a mentality that, my mattress might be broken, but as long as it's not hurting me, I'll use it because it's what I have. And I'm not going to go off island and, now if I can get a queen size mattress delivered here, hell, I'd get a new mattress. But nope, it ain't going to happen. Because unless I can find a deal on one that gets directly delivered, I'm utilizing what I have, and I don't buy anything really new that much. I mean, literally, because, of my situation. But I appreciate everything that you guys give me, including gift cards, because I've been saving all the gift cards for my scanner. Yeah. And it's appreciative, and I'm appreciative that you donate because of the, which I see is always commenting. So I'm going to go and give you guys my email address again, just to be nice. And you can donate if you want. You can send me emails and tell me how I'm doing on my channel, etc. You can leave comments too. But the point is I am here to give you the truth, and the truth is, the facts, and the facts are, and then when I share emails like from Higgins, the facts are there. I mean, we can all make a joke and laugh about, Higgins, and poke the bear and poke this and poke that, so. I get that. Right. CNN's going to act like nothing's happened. CNN, MSNBC, etc., etc. Most of the mainstream media is basically waiting for something big, and that's the truth, and that's, and I'm going to be blatantly truthful and say, it's the mainstream media that's killing the actual news. They're killing the news source. You have to go dig up news from other news sources because you can't get the truth. Hold on a second. Another prepping thing I want to share with you all tonight is go through, because winter's coming up. Rotate your stock. Make sure you have your old stuff facing front first. Use it up. Restock as you go, because it's going to be a bad winter. Second thing is make sure to double check on all your other preps and make sure if you need to restock or get enough, double up on some stuff like paper towels and toilet paper. Make sure you don't run out of anything, garbage bags, dish soap, etc. Make sure you have enough to get you through. That's something I want to share with you. Pretty typical. Plus, the diesel shortage makes Biden look bad. Exactly. You see, that's the thing. They're keeping it hidden, and the diesel shortage is something that they don't want even on YouTube. I'm basically watching it now on my search algorithms. And the numbers, I gave you that website, so it tells you exactly what the numbers are daily, the real numbers. And I agree completely. Ukraine needs to, we need to recognize Ukraine ain't our war, Ukraine cannot win against Russia's superpower. Yeah, but you know what? They're not doing too bad. I mean, look, why is Russia fleeing? That's a question you got to ask yourself in your heart. Why is Russia fleeing? Because Russia is wanting to use the big one. If America can do it in Japan, they want to do it in Ukraine. I mean, literally, that's how I see it. I wish you could float a mattress there well, You can choose to like this content too. I know the mainstream hides the news. They are out here reporting at baby beavers. Yes, exactly. Zoe sent me a video about the news about baby beavers. I literally looked at it and was like, oh my God, they're reporting everything. 8-year-old kids, the news thing came up a minute ago. An 8-year-old kid with a team is setting out with a team with adventure in his middle name. I mean, literally, an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old. That's not news. I mean, literally, what's news is we got to prep for the worst case scenario. I mean, it might not happen, but we got to prep for it because think of it. We're really this close. By the way, I need to check on something just to see if is it a rental or not because Raku's got a movie I highly recommend for you all. That I don't know if it's free or not. Let me see. I spell fast. Okay, here we go. Currently, it's $3.99 because they don't want people renting it because it would scare you. It's got Bruce Greenwood from Star Trek, Kevin Costner, and Stephen Culp called 13 Days. It's about the Cuban Missile Crisis, okay? We're really close to teetering another missile crisis, but this time it's the Ukrainian missile crisis. And that came out from CNN. Literally. They posted it. I mean, CNN's giving us the most shittiest news on their apps. Literally. You got to ask yourself, why? I mean, literally. I'll tell you what, the reason the government's trying to keep the diesel thing hidden, the diesel shortage, because they know that it could cause panic, but it also could cause the banking system to collapse, which resets everything. So the government's debt is $0 again, because we're $31 trillion in the hole. That's all I can think of. That's the facts I can give you currently, Well, I'll be up a little earlier, everyone, due to the fact that I have an appointment at 2, so I will be up here early, probably a little lacking of tiredness, but, that's just my fault. And then after my appointment, probably 3 or 4, I will be here, depending on Zoe's schedule. I know she's got an appointment in the morning, probably. I have an appointment at 2 p.m. Pacific, which means 4 p.m. Thing, so probably about 5 o'clock or so Zoe time. That'd be about 3 or 4, depending if they're between 5 and 6. I'll be on Chicago time or Central time for Zoe. Higgins will be like, "Oh, you can't cater to." Look, these short videos are pretty good due to the fact that Zoe's the only one commenting. I mean, look, I'm giving you tips. Okay, tip 1: prep your rotate your preps. Make sure you get the old stuff out first, eat it up, and restock. Tip number 2, if you're worried about Christmas, make sure to get your Christmas done now. If you can't afford it, then make sure to keep Amazon gift cards in your wallet so you don't have to worry about, quote unquote, um, buying gifts, because that'll help you out immensely. You can put $100 away a month away, and by Christmas 2023, you can have $1,200. Now, if you put $200, that's $2,400 for Christmas shopping. $300, that's $3,600, so forth and so on. And just keep stockpiling the money. So, Zoe, of course, she's leaving because, she's got to go back to writing, and it's 9 o'clock there. So I got to figure out dinner. So, so dinner for me, either it's going to be Salisbury steaks, 2 pork chops, frozen pizza. We don't have hamburger buns, so can't do that. Fish fillets, so we got some food. We just got to figure out. I can eat ramen too. I mean, I'm not in a big hurry to figure dinner out yet, but, So basically, that's what's going on in the world. So, so for your Christmas prepping, remember what I said. Buy your gift card, re-up your gift cards, put it away, and then buy your big ticketed items for your family that way if you really are worried about Christmas. The other thing is use eBay. You can always buy some good deals on eBay too. So that's a good idea if you're prepping. And, if you're worried about your family, you can always buy them stuff that they might not think is a good idea, but you can also buy prepping gear. You can buy them a survival kit or a survival knife or a Swiss Army knife or something that they might think is stupid, but at the same time might come in handy later in life. So it's not all about just toys and board games and card games. It's actually about other things too. So think about it. So, give that thumbs up button a like. I told Higgins to go to bed. He was complaining, so I put him to bed. Zoe, of course, has left. So, like I said, there is nothing in the news feed. But right now, I can't do any news feeds because of, other issues. I got someone that messaged me. So I got like 4 people. I try to keep my, what do you call it? My, So I also have a podcast I do, but Zoe, of course, doesn't want to listen to the podcast due to the fact that my podcast is new. And, point is no one's listening to my podcast or subscribing. So, so I got my episodes, and it still says from 6 days ago, no one's listened to it. So tells you right there that my podcast, no one wants to listen to it. So, oh well. So the experiment is no one wants to listen to a podcast to me. So, but that's all I can say, is, I gave you my email addresses. It's right there in the live chat. San Juan Island Prepper at Yahoo and San Juan Island Prepper at AOL. You can email me that there, and I will get back to you if you email me. So technically, there's nothing to talk about right now. Chloe's doing cleaning because she's really worried about, she wants to keep her mind busy instead of the election. She also wants to get a pack or 2 of cigarettes on election night and get drunk, which I'm planning to do a live stream. Zoe's already on board. She calendared it in. Higgins already knows that he better be here because we need all moderators on deck for this live stream. We're also going to be having other moderators. I hope Tony joins too. I also hope, I'm giving you the schedule. So 2 weeks, it's already penciled in. We will be doing talking about prepping, talking about the election. We're going to basically be up. I think I have to be up at 4 in the morning on election day because election day starts, at 7? Is it 7 or 8? I will have to figure out when they start the ballot, opening the ballots. Is it 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock? I don't remember. So I will get some research done for that. But in the meantime, rotate preps. Make sure you keep everything stocked up. Winter is going to be hectic this year. So I want you all to be prepped, ready to go. Christmas, like I said, make a list. If you know what your family wants for Christmas, tell them to also make an Amazon wish list and you can go through it. That's the best way of doing it. Now, if there's children involved, just ask them what they want and then start putting it into your own purchase list, which they don't know about, and start filling it. And if family wants to help, have them fill it too. I have an Amazon wish list for Christmas. I have an Amazon wish list for just this channel itself, for things that I could use. That if you guys want to donate, it's no pressure. I have a preppers list I've made for you all. Talking about, everything from food to everything you could use for bugging out to everything to bug in. I have everything minus a few items because, frankly, certain things can't be quote unquote done. Yeah. So just to be on the safe side. So, so if there's anything for you guys to watch, you guys got to look at it from that point of view because, frankly, we have a lot of news. So, but in the meantime, I want to say it while the preppers out there and the preppers in North America, well, most of the preppers in North America, like Canada and USA and Mexico and so forth, right, are sleeping. I'm still up doing my job, making sure you guys get the news first. Now, I know there's preppers in England. There's preppers in Europe, I should say Europe and Asia that are ahead of us time schedule-wise. So, they might get the news first, but I will be the one basically, being, I'm the boots on the ground for you guys. I'm monitoring everything like a hawk. So hopefully you guys realize that, at times I lose sleep for you guys, making sure you guys prep to the full extent that you have to get through this pandemic, whether it be coronavirus, whether it be monkeypox, whether it be Christmas, whether it be Thanksgiving, whether it be banking collapse, whether it be civil war, nuclear war, World War III, all of that I'm monitoring for you all. So I'm losing sleep, Besides that, my cousin Dinky hasn't emailed me yet again. I should. No, I'll email her later. But the point is she hasn't emailed me. She's on her own course, path, and destiny. I'm here for you guys. So, So with that said, everyone, I don't know if there's anything more. I see we have 4 people. So, would any of you like to introduce yourself before I go? Because if you guys want to continue the comments, that's how the video continues. But if you guys want to watch me and not comment, then I don't know what to tell you guys. So, oh, and I got to feed this guy too. So, let's get him fed. Got to feed the bun. So, anything more you guys have up? Make sure to get your pet food all the time. Because I try telling Chloe to get the 10-pound bags because the 5-pound bags don't last long. So, and we're out of carrots. So, there's not much to, so. Worst case scenario, you can always pick up lawn clippings too, but fresh lawn clippings ain't that good either, There you go. So anyways, with that said, everyone also got to make sure his water level's good. Moppy's water level's good. So there you go. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. I'm going to leave you guys once more my email address from the bottom of the live chat, and you guys can email me if you wish. Like I said, there is ways to make sure you have Christmas. It just depends on if you want to add funds to your Amazon wallet or not. Just sit on it. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting on it. Chloe can't believe how much I'm sitting on, you know. So with that said, everyone, I just want to say, you know, those are my email addresses. Feel free to email me if you wish. No pressure. So yeah, there you have it. I guess for the rest of the night, I will sit down and figure out dinner, which will be either Salisbury steaks, frozen pizza, or a rack of ribs, or pork chops. Or there's some chicken meals in the freezer, you know, that saved. So who knows? We'll figure it out, right? We always do. So I'll have to lift the lid up, lift his cage to the floor, get into the freezer here, and get something to eat, whatever it would be. So, with that said, thanks everyone for tuning in. Not long videos this time because, well, we've got everything done. Like I said, the news is covering more of the election and less of the real news out there. I don't think the election is real news. I think the real news is the other stuff, you know. So that said, everyone, thanks for watching. You know, so you know, and don't forget, it's getting harder and harder for me to log into YouTube daily because YouTube is censoring a lot of videos. So yeah. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can email me. If you have any questions about prepping, you can email me. If you have any questions about Christmas, you can email me. The main thing is like I said, keep prepping. Prep like your life depends on it. It ain't going to get any easier. It's going to get worse. And so, you know, you guys got to prep for winter all the way to spring. So that's going to be hard for some of you, but it ain't going to be hard for me. I'm here to give you advice and guidance. That's all I'm doing. And another thing to let you know is if you have old coffee, it doesn't expire. Flavor might change a bit, but coffee doesn't expire. So that's why somehow Chloe grabbed some coffee today that was, you know. Also, another thing I want to tell you is another thing that doesn't expire, the flavor tastes just a little different, is Sunny Delight. Or, what is this stuff exactly? Crystal Delight. So you can make Crystal Delight too. Prepping too. If you don't have soda, you can always make a batch of Crystal Light. That's what I'm drinking in the evening. It's not something I truly want to drink, but, you know, it saves a lot on sugars. So, you know, you got your Crystal Delight. That's a prepping tool you can have. I'm still talking to you guys because I'm having my coffee. It's not that good, but you know what? It's coffee. It's caffeine. So if you sit there and say, well, I need fresh coffee, and you have old coffee, use your old stuff up first because you're going to be happy that you saved your old stuff just in case. There's an old lady I knew that's like 78 years old that says you don't they make expiration on stuff, so you buy more. Most stuff can be canned for years. You just got to make sure there's no dents in the cans and it doesn't expire. Another thing is before I go, I should do the last part of our video, which is about prepping, because a lot of you preppers out there like my channel, like what I talk about, and you always talk about, this is why I say, you know, I will give you the preppers list. This is just an example list. The list is basically a list for you all to use as an example. Don't just put things in the preppers list in your shopping cart, because I'm warning you, it goes directly to me, and I don't want this. I made the list specifically for you, to follow, um, follow what you need, like everything from essential to non-essential. Non-essential is just some extra stuff like portable TV. If you want one of those, that's non-essential. You can go without a TV. I mean, look, a lot of people are cord cutting and they're just getting like one or two streaming services. I mean, there's now this digital cable world, where you get like $65, $75, $80 for YouTube TV. And it's like, why pay for YouTube TV? You can actually utilize, if you're a prepper, a Roku Express for $40. It's one-time payment. And you can watch all your prepping stuff on your television. You can have it hooked to your TV and then hit watch on your Roku device, and it'll watch the videos you want without, reviews, whatever. So your non-essential items are stuff like TV, survival kits, unless you're bugging out. Otherwise, your essential items are food, water, and stuff. And before I go, I will give you guys the full list of essentials and non-essentials, and I will say up or down in price. That's what I do when I do this. So, for example, your mouthwash and your toothpaste, it's on the top of the preppers list, is gone up. Your toothbrush has gone up. A lot of you have asked me in my emails why I put daily planners. You can plan your day if there's no power. You can plan your day if there's things you need to do from first light to dawn. So dawn to dusk, yeah. So, those are non-essential, but I put it in there anyways. Another thing is, currently it's tapering off, but your potassium iodide tablets is a must if you are preparing for, in case of nuclear war. I got plenty of that was delivered. So your other items, someone up, someone down of your deodorant, that's a essential. You don't want to stink, so trust me. Soups, let me just say I got soups as well. A lot of soups have been sold out. Some are in stock, some are sold out, and some are. So when you look at the prepping list, you look at it and you say, oh, some soups are sold out. Some people's favorite soups are sold out. And by the way, before you ask, the manufacturers went from one time to like 48 cans a case to 36 cans a case to 24 cans a case. Now it's 12 a case. So when you see these exuberant prices, that's for 12 cans. So other non-essential items, if you don't want to waste money on dish soap, is you can buy paper plates and plastic forkware. So then other items that have gone up in price is your sourdough starters. Some of it's sold out, some isn't. So you just got to grab what that's got good reviews, and you can use it. Your non-essential, like your little mini baking pans, bread pans, and I call them mini meatloaf pans. They're the same price. Your lanterns actually went up in price. They say it went down in price, but your hurricane lanterns, aka paraffin, or your paraffin oil, and your oil lamps, your paraffin/kerosene oil lamps, clean kerosene lamps have gone up. So just remember those ones there. Another thing is your candles. Now, a lot of people say get candles just in case. There will be rolling blackouts because natural gas is getting hard to get ahead of. New England's used diesel fuel for heat as backup. So, your candles will come in handy. Finally, if you continue the candles and you get scented candles, they help too. Other things that you might need, like WD-40, hand trowel, your dish soaps or your laundry soaps essential, that's gone up. So you're basically buying like $40 for like a gallon and a half or 2 gallons. So always make sure you have your thing. Those are going up because everyone's stockpiling it. Your Ziploc bags have gone up. So, get your bags while you can. All right. Your frozen, or not your frozen, your long-term raisins and your fruits, your dried fruits like your raisins, they've gone up in price. I put in like 10-pound boxes, they've gone up in price. Your protein shakes have gone up in price. Protein shakes can come in handy as a backup for protein. Your nuts have gone up in price. Your nuts have gone up in price. So, just be careful, if you're stockpiling. I don't like mixed nuts. I like pistachios. I like cashews. And I like walnuts. Anything else, your trail mix, up in price. Form protein. Another thing that's up in price is your flour. Now, you can say, well, why flour went up? We're in a wheat shortage. The global market of wheat's gone down. Wheat is, gone down. So, so all your stuff, your baking stuff, your oils, your cooking oils, apparently your cooking oils all got restocked, but they're up in price. So if you need baking stuff like oils, think of it that way. Some canned proteins like your flavored sardines, like your jalapeno peppered sardines, are sold out. Now, some of the items you've asked me about in the preppers list is, why do you have an analog to digital converter box? I'll explain that, okay? So if you have an analog to digital converter box with a digital antenna connect to an analog to digital box, or digital to analog box, that's what they call it, digital to analog box, you can use a portable TV like the Sony Watchman to get your television without worrying about um, uh, other issues. Compasses for bugging out, that's stayed the same. Survival kits stayed the same. So your peanut butter has gone up in price. Some of your canned proteins, like your Vienna sausages, sold out. Some of your cases of your chicken breast, Tony was talking about this the other. Chicken breast in a can, your protein in a can. Some of that sold out. Some of them are up in price. Just remember, and what is available will be very expensive for a case of 12. So, like the canned chicken, Vienna sausage is sold out. Some of your chicken sold out. Your other stuff is gone up in price. Your 5-ounce chunk white chicken. It's like basically it's like the same as tuna. Okay. Now your tuna is gone up in price. Just to let you know, the large cans of tunas went up in price. Small cans of tunas went up in price. Tuna has gone up because it's a source of protein. So, it's also a good way to make a sandwich. A little mayonnaise, a little tuna, sandwich done. In case you need a sandwich, that's why I say get some flour and make bread. You can make a couple loaves of bread and have sandwiches every night. Still live on tuna until you run out of tuna. All right. Your mackerel, your package a case of mackerel, your oysters, and your kippered snacks. Some of your kippered snacks, little fish, sold out. Your other kippered snacks have gone up in price. Your sardines went up in price. Your scallops have gone up in price. Your smoked oysters, again, remember it's all protein, went up in price. Your anchovies went up in price. Your, like I said, regular sardines went up in price. And then, your non-essentials like your television, portable TVs, down in price. So another item that's currently on sale is a manual can opener. That's an essential. If you have several of them like I do, you don't need to worry. Another thing that just got restocked today was your vitamins. Now, if you are really lacking in prepping, you want to keep vitamins on hand. Several bottles for an entire year, just in case you need to get some of that extra vitamins and essential minerals. All right. Other items went up in price, like your cloth materials, like your sewing kits, your paracords, your bungee cords. They all went up in price. Your duct tape, your electrical tapes, down in price. Your yeast, remember, baking stuff has gone up. Your yeast all went up. Your brown sugar, your granulated sugar, your raw sugar, and your confectionery sugar went up. Your real maple syrup went up. Your baking stuff like salt, pepper, cooking seasonings, baking seasonings, all that stuff up in price. Your bouillon cube went up. Bouillon cube is up in price. Your batteries went up. People are stockpiling it. Your bar soap, your dish soap, your shaving cream, your razor blades, your body wash, your loofah sponges, your toiletries up in price. Okay, that's why I say keep prepping. If you prep now, you still have a chance. You won't be paying an exuberant amounts of money. Like I said, everything, dish soap, shaving cream, etc., all up in price. Razor blades, um, your ibuprofen and your naproxen or Aleve down in price. Your Tide sold out. Some of the other items you asked me, like fishing lures, they're the same price because it's not essential. But if you live where I live, you can fish. So, other things like your fishing rods, some of them have gone up, some of them have gone down. Your canning pots got restocked. So your canning pots have earned your can pots. I call them can pots because that's your canning pots. And then your canning jars have gone up. So just think of it, your canning. And I know Fanny cans all the time. So think about it. You want to check out Homestead Prepper. That's my moderator's channel. I recommend it. You can learn a lot about her canning methods. Highly recommend it. You won't be steered wrong. You got someone that's really, really awesome. And, yesterday we had a little, we all semi-lost our noodles last night. So Fanny's watching this. I apologize. We all have triggers. And I beg you a pardon to pardon me for my words yesterday. I was just furious because I got to put up with Chloe, but she's cleaning right now, so she's trying to focus on cleaning instead of thinking about the election. So as long as we don't talk about politics here, we're good as gold. Some of your world band radios are sold out. Some went up in price. Your first aid kits, same price, haven't gone up, gone down. Your survival books have gone down. Your coolers sold out. Your ramen went up in price. Toilet paper, paper towels, some are on sale, some are down in price, some are up in price. So grab what you can for toilet paper, paper towels. Your Denny Moore stew went up. Some of it sold out. Your beanie weenies have gone up in price. Those are little cans, with the little Vienna sausage type things. Your beanie weenies. Your beans, a lot of beans have sold out. Some went up in price. Depending on Bush's baked beans, B&M baked beans, store baked beans, etc. Your grilling beans are way expensive. That's why I didn't put grilling beans in. Your Van Camp's pork and beans sold out. So pork and beans sold out. Your other beans are in. Other things that people ask me about is what's with the playing cards. Your Uno cards, your bicycle cards, your pinnacle cards, your Hoyle cards. That's if you buy them, you can keep your kids entertained. If there is power outage, card playing is back in the 1800s. Your bottled water is all gone up, so don't even start with me about going down. It's gone up. So just taking the electric razors, or if you can't find straight blades or steel bladed blades, they're all sold out. So you can get electric razors. Some run on AA batteries, travel blade razors, Norelco, Panasonic, Braun. Get those when you can. Other ones are just regular razors. Your smokers sold out. Coffee has gone up in price. Like I said, coffee is going up $5 to $7 a can. Some bags are going up from $3 to $5 a bag. So be careful. Another thing I want to share with you is your cast iron sets was $60. Now it is $140 with tax. So think about it, $140 plus tax. A little over. It's like $136 plus tax. So think about it. Yeah, the Dutch oven will come in handy if you need to bake. And, your canned meats, some of your canned meats, like your Spam equivalent, is down. Your rolled oats went up in price by $12 a bucket. I'm talking like a 5-6 gallon bucket. Your rice went up in price. Your rices have gone up in price. People say, why is rice going up in price? It's a prepping staple. So if your rice went up in price, your soy sauce went up in price. Your tea's gone up in price. Your protein crackers with the cheese and peanut butter cheese crackers have gone up in price. Your evaporated milk, condensed milk sold out. Your mac and cheeses, some are sold out, some went up in price, and some are exuberantly up $10 a box. Your cheese crackers have has went up in price. Your goldfish crackers, etc., went up in price. So your coats went up in price. There's a certain coat I wear that's really good for warmth. That's in the preppers list. Your percolators claim they went down in price, but trust me, I have a list of everything. It's up in price. Your coffee pots up in price of food. Your 25-pound food bags for your cats, your dogs, and your higher bags, like 50-pound bags, sold out. So right now, dog food's at 14-pound bags, and your bunny food, for example, is 10 pounds. So that's why I said they're up in price. Your meat sticks and meat jerky, or beef jerkies and beef sticks and meat jerkies up in price. Protein. Your pistachios up in price. Your police scanners, I always tell you to keep a base station scanner in case for monitoring all the news at home. And then I will put in a couple base station scanners on the prepping list tomorrow. And then I say your handheld scanners, they're up in price. And then, like I said, your cashews are up in price. Some of your extra protein where you put in a Dutch oven, like the Salisbury steaks, that dry Salisbury steaks, they're up in price. They're like 5 times up in price. Some of your other stuff is very expensive. Your corned beef hash went up in price. Your one guy's trying to charge $46 for 1 can of corned beef, so play it by ear. 12-pack of other corned beef up there in price. 3 cans of corned beef up in price. So your canned corned beef's up in price. Your other Spam equivalent, some of it's going for one case of 24. It's going for almost $100. So think about it. Another thing I recommend is, if you can get a hold of it, is you can make this last for 3 months if you use it on Sundays. If there is a power outage or whatever, you can use your small Danish 1-pound hams, right? Spam, some Spam's in stock, some's up in price. Mac and cheese went up in price. Other mac and cheese went up in price. The ramen I told you about that you buy in 20-pound, the premium ramen, the real spicy ramen, the nong shims, sold out. So they sold out within 24 hours. So think about it. The premium flavored ramen sold out. Your coffees, again, a lot of it sold out. Price is high, etc. Your milk powder, butter powder, up in price. Your emergency food buckets, I don't recommend. People say, well, how do they taste? They give you a variety, but as Fanny and I say, they don't give you enough calories. So exercise caution when you buy it. Same with MREs. Same with freeze-dried buckets. Now, some of your freeze-dried foods, like your freeze-dried and your dehydrated foods, like your eggs in a can, your number 10 eggs, up in price. So just think about it. So your best bet is, if you want to make eggs for home, take your eggs, double up the Ziploc bags, scramble your eggs, put them in Ziploc bags, and use them. Where you could just bake your eggs for 5 or 10 minutes in the oven. Once defrosted, and you have eggs for everyone. Yeah. Your freeze-dried and your dehydrated fruits and other cans, not worth it, because they're way up in price. Some of your food kits, like your teriyaki rice and vegetable number 10 cans, or, whatever, up in price. Like I said, flour's up in price. Your food buckets, down in price, but they don't give you enough calories. A lot of other items have up in price. Black beans, etc. So just use that. Now, if you have to bug out, just remember, I've talked about a lot of this. Sleeping bags are only used if you have no power and you want to keep sleeping bags on hand for warmth. So I recommend, if you have a queen or king size bed, double sleeping bag for you and your wife, or you and your husband, or your husband and your wife and wife, whatever, right? All right. So your Swiss Army knives are also recommended for your Swiss Army knife. Some have gone up, some have gone down. Grab what you can. Your bug out backpack, I recommend, has gone down in price. Some of your big excessive bug out, car bug out tents, like your canvas tents, they're the same price. They're just very heavy. I just threw them in there for bug out in your car bug outs. Some of your 3-season tents have gone down in price, but a lot of tents have sold out because people are worried of bugging out. So take that with a grain of salt. Some of your dome tents have gone down in price. Most of the tents I'm looking at on the list here are sold out. Your cooking lantern, your cooking stoves sold out. Some of your fuel lanterns have gone down in price. Some have gone up in price. It just depends. Propane cook stoves, some have gone down in price. Mostly it's propane. A lot of your dual fuel stuff has dual fuel, your unleaded gas, and Coleman fuel sold out. So just think about it this way for the preppers. Your wool blankets, I always recommend at least 4 wool blankets, 1 wool blanket per person. Now, if it's really cold, 2 wool blankets per person. They're down in price. Your matches, your box matches, your stick matches have gone up in price. And then your last of your items is your other things. So like I said, propane, your matches, and then you have your bucket foods, and those have literally gone down in price because no one's buying them, because everyone's picking up canned foods, etc. Now, when you buy and prep for food, for example, you want to look at what people will eat. So, for example, I'm looking up an item right now to see if they're sold out. And most of it is sold out. Yeah. So what you get is what you get. So don't be picky in this prepping, because everyone's prepping and everyone's really angry about sucking up the food list. They're describing what they can to survive. So if you can't get your brands, just be blessed that you got food. All right. That's all I can tell you. My coffee's almost done. And then I'm out of here for the night. Time for a little TV, okay? So I will be back when Zoe requests me, all right? Otherwise, I want to tell you all tonight to enjoy yourself, and you got my email address, you got the prepping list, you got everything you need. So thanks for watching, everyone. So stay tuned for another video tomorrow, or when Zoe requests me. In the meantime, please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion at the subscribe button. So some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification bell. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Just keep the comments nice is all we ask. Thank you so much, and God bless you in everything you do.